Yep.
What's up, fellas?
Happy birthday, America!
America.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys have a good 4th?
Absolutely. It's still going on. You'll hear it
Yeah.
here in a minute, I'm sure.
You got a pretty solid neighborhood as far as fireworks go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the 7th at 8 o'clock in the evening. The fireworks have been going off since mid-June. I don't know how these people have enough money for fireworks. Like, do they not have hobbies?
Project cars, children.
They could be spending money on cars.
Maybe they have a firework hobby.
Evidently, they have a firework hobby.
I
They're
know a
excessive
guy.
celebrators.
Yeah.
I know a guy. My family
Yeah.
4th of July shindig went down last night, and it was everything I anticipated it would be.
Off the rails.
It was crazy. It was loud. It was a good time.
So it's
Nah,
normal.
shit.
It's a good regular
Yes.
4th.
Yes. And I sweated clean through both shirts, so we're good.
Well, also,
I don't know how
once
you
again,
wear
that's
two
the normal
shirts. I
July.
don't even want to have one on.
I always have 2 shirts. You never know when there's going to be a roadside emergency and you have to come home with no shirt.
I'm not worried about that. Not at all.
So what have you guys been working on?
Trying to get this Hori to tune itself. Having AFR spiking issues. Enough to cause it to not be happy at wide open throttle. Does great to like 70% throttle. Drives awesome. But I'm getting closer. Put new plugs in it. That made a big difference. Adjusted valves Saturday morning. That made a noticeable difference with how smooth the car idles now. Probably should have done this at least more than once in the last 4 years. And then the oil pressure went up a lot, which is cool. Not like alarming amount, but good to go.
It's still odd. I wouldn't think that running valves would bump oil pressure that much. How much was it?
It was 19 or 20 pounds at 5,000 RPM.
Oh, wow.
That's
But
wild.
at cold start, idle, cruising, it's all roughly the same. Maybe a few pounds higher at cruising. But I only notice it whenever I whack the throttle, it shoots up. Yeah, I'll see 76, 77 pounds now with it.
Nice.
With it open. Yeah, I'm good with that. That's nothing to be alarmed about. So they were
Definitely
probably
not a
wrong the whole
problem.
time. Huh?
Definitely not a problem.
Yeah, they were probably not adjusted right the first time because I did it. But I learned. I got it now. I think. We'll see.
Like I said, Doherty taught me how to adjust valves, and I had no concept of how that worked before I actually did that on the original small block that was in the Nova.
Yeah. Well, I had Jimmy come over and babysit. I didn't let him do it for me, but I had him babysit me. And I did the firing order way. So for me, that's the best way.
Well, and having
I know
Jimmy there,
John's different. John does it different than I do. That's his way. Nothing wrong with that. He gets the job done either way.
it's true. It's true, but watching Jimmy squirm while you try to do something, there's a certain
funny.
amount of fun to that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's got to be funny.
He kept on trying. I'm like, hey, stop. He kept on trying to reach in. Stop it. Nah. Go grab your readers and play on your phone.
I laugh because I can relate.
Yeah, I know. Said that for you.
John, what have you been up to on your car?
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
I think I figured out why it was going right.
Please do tell.
I got home and I was under the car changing transmission fluid again, and just some regular maintenance. And I went back to start doing some bolt checks on the ladder bars and seen a crack in the weld on the housing bracket on the passenger side. Looks like I questioned it when we put that together, but I never did it. But looks like a little too much side to side movement with that's the side that the diagonal link hooks up to. And it just walked it back and forth until the weld cracked. So
Yeah.
got the rear end out of the car. It's over there. Welded that ball back up, boxed in the bracket, welded a little piece of tube in there from the bracket over to the housing, so it shouldn't be a problem again.
Yep.
I ran my valves. The last time I did it was roadside repair in Texas, and I don't think there was anything wrong, but I think there might have been a couple that were a little loose. It's hard to do stuff whenever you're completely sweating through everything. Can't even grab tools because you wash your hands and dry them and go to pick something up and you're just wet. But it was a little easier here in the garage where you got a fan on you and TV playing.
Yep. Yep.
Nobody bothering you.
So speaking of Rocky Mountain Race Week, we received a comment from the competitor at Rocky Mountain Race Week that dethroned you, took you from first place to second, and I assumed we were going to have a video this week of the secret, and we got clickbaited. We didn't get to see the secret this week. We're gonna have to wait another week.
I've watched all of Big Block Bob's videos, and the secret's not out yet.
Yeah.
But,
I've been paying attention to it.
I'm sure it will be.
We want to
Like,
know.
oh, snap. Yeah.
He's gone into a lot of detail about it, though. He basically, on one of his shorts, he was talking about how he's been doing this for this is something he was doing 20 years ago. And I'm really interested as what this is.
I got it. I know what it is.
What is it?
Toluene. He went with toluene. He made his own race fuel.
I was just getting ready to say, did you speak English right there?
Yeah.
I don't know what toluene is.
You never heard of people adding toluene to their fuel to raise the octane?
No, I'm not a racer. I'm the guy who's just a cruiser here.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to get all scientific on you because I don't know the science. No idea. But look it up later if you get bored.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Go somewhere else.
That's a Barton thing. He can tell you all about it.
I'll have to call him after we're done here.
Yep.
But really interested to see what his secret is, because he's got this down. He knows how to play it up in the videos, and
yeah.
I thought I was going to get the secret today. I was looking through some of the shorts, and instead he was reheating a steak on his intake manifold while driving down the road.
Yep.
Do you think it's a secret, or do you think he found an issue with the tune or a suspension issue or something that was keeping him from a regular number? And then he's like, oh, here it is. The timing was out of whack. Their distributor moved. I didn't know. And do you think it was that, or do you think it's actual secret? Or
I don't know.
I don't know.
We want to know, Big Block Bob. Let's hear it.
A sudden bout of water meth injection. I mean, come on, help us out here. We got to know.
It's apparently about a 2-mile-an-hour secret. So,
and can I do it to a small block? Whatever it is.
We're all sitting here with our notepads waiting.
That's funny.
I'm ready to see that one. There were a couple people who enjoyed our mom in the rental car drag and drive event type of thing.
Yeah.
I think we should try that.
Yeah.
I think we got to sell narcs on that one.
Well, someone threw out rental car. We didn't talk about rental cars.
True.
We talked about our cars. So
Yeah.
that was someone's idea. Give them rental cars. Once again, I'm kind of a fan of that.
You just don't want your mom driving your car.
She can drive it all she wants. I don't care. But not in that situation. Not there.
I talked to a friend of ours, Jimmy, and he said he's all about it. He said he wants to see his mom drive his truck. He said it's going to be like a half-hour pass. It's going to be awesome.
I talked to him a little bit ago, and I'm not going to go into detail because I'll let him tell this story. He met a guy today that another. I'm not going to say what kind of car it is. I'm going to let him tell a story. He met another guy that's got a pretty quick street car, right? And they got to talking, and he told me, he's like, man, I'm such an old school street racer. And I said, what? He said, I lied through my teeth to this guy. He said, yeah, I'm waiting on my slicks to show up for the truck. He goes, I just got it off the dyno yesterday. It made 831 to the tire. People are going to know. They're going to find out.
Yeah, but the lies are so much fun.
Well, you can't tell by the big old burnouts. You can't tell if it's 400 horse or 800 by burnouts. It sounds cool. The Whipple's loud.
The Whipple is loud. Very loud.
Anyway.
Can you guys see that?
Your hood on top of your car?
No, in the yard. That
The
guy
wildlife
right
in your yard?
Yeah, what is that?
there. That's the deer that attacked Hot Rod.
Oh, man. Go get him.
These little sons of bitches.
1306 on that one.
I'm not. We're letting it go.
What?
No,
We're almost to the point now where we're just going to go full unedited and just do a disclaimer at the beginning of the show and call it good.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just playing.
The deer attacked the dogs. You go walk the dogs. You got to be out there patrolling with a Daisy BB gun.
Yeah.
I bet your neighbors love watching you shoot deer with a BB gun.
Yeah.
Better than the bow, probably.
Yeah. I wanted to shoot him with a paintball gun.
Oh, yeah.
That way everybody could identify the predators.
Oh, okay. So you got to freeze the paintballs because that hurts like hell.
I bet.
It won't leave the mark like you want.
You think if I bought a jug of red paintballs and just nailed these dudes, the neighbors freak out?
Yeah.
It would be.
I bet
It would be
them two
national
women
news.
across the street would freak out and be like, "The deer's got shot." I think
It'd be national news in 2 hours. Oh, goodness. I've done nothing on my car, in case you guys are curious. I can tell you are.
Dang.
Not a thing.
Well, you ain't been driving it, so I assume you've been doing something to it.
I did. So I did change the mechanical fan that's on the car. I had a clutch fan on here, and I felt like the fan wasn't clutching. So I replaced it with a flex fan.
Y'all,
Do you know flex fans have changed?
how's that?
Because the razor sharp pieces of aluminum, they are now to the point to where they the one I have is made completely out of plastic.
No.
So yeah, you can no longer slice your fingers off with the fan.
I feel like we've talked about this before, and John had a pretty good statement about that.
Feel like we did too. I don't think he's listening now.
No, I got bored. Bored.
We know. We can tell.
Wake up, damn it. Oh, so with the 4th of July, what are we getting into this week?
What do
You
we
had
got?
you had some stuff you stole from, I believe it was Summit Racing.
Yeah, I still all kinds of stuff. Summit and Speed Society. I feel like as long as we cite them, we can't get in trouble, right? We
I
heard
would
from
think
these guys.
not.
Yeah. What was one of them? What's the? That's what the most American car ever built is. And John and I talked about this a little bit the other day, and so we did too.
Well,
I think me and John are kind of on the same page, Fro. You went a different way, which is not surprising, I guess. But no, because you're more you.
Yeah.
I can't look at an old car, and I've never been good at this. I'm like, oh, that's a 51 Buick. Oh, nope, that's a 52 Buick because of the side turn signal light is in 3 inches down. I can't. Fro can do that. I can't. You know what I mean? It's just that's how it's always been. But when I think of most American cars that most American car ever built, there's not just one. There's a few. It's Camaro, Mustang, Corvette. I mean, those are the. I mean, to me, in my age, that's. You talk to younger people, it's going to be different. You talk to older people, it's going to be different. But I feel like those three cars will safely land in a top 5 to top 10 list on everybody. But I mean, who knows?
I think the Corvette would be at the top of the heap for sure. Nobody American don't know what a Corvette is.
That has any interest at all in vehicles? You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
see, and I read some of the comments that were on that, and there were some really cool ones, and they made a lot of sense. One guy mentioned the AMC Rambler American, and I was like, well, it says American twice in the name. It's got to be like the most American car ever made. For me, it's 32 Ford. I think 32 Ford, there were a lot of people who threw out like Model T and stuff like that because it was like the first mass-produced American car. If I think of hot rods in America, I think of 32 Ford.
It's definitely an iconic hot rod car for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
I bet
once
you
again-
line up all of the people who are mildly interested in cars.
Yeah.
Show them a picture of a Corvette, a picture of a 32 Ford.
You're probably right. It would probably go Corvette at that point.
Yeah.
Or Camaro or Mustangs. It'll be the same thing.
Yeah. It'd be pretty easy there.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not disagreeing that Corvette's probably on top of the heap.
But it's still one of those things like Corvettes. I'm not a Corvette guy, so I'll automatically go against that. But
I'm not a Corvette guy
you're probably right because the guy wearing the jorts and the New Balance standing next to his Corvette probably has an American flag shirt on.
Yeah. If he don't have it on that day, he at least owns one.
True. Now, a case could be made for the Jeep.
Most
The Jeep
American
would be the vehicle that won a world war.
the most American hot rod.
I mean, there were guys hot rodding Jeeps.
There's also guys that hot rod Festivas. It don't put them in the on the
Don't
limb.
make it okay.
You know what
That's
I mean?
fair. That's fair.
Like, there's nothing wrong with hot rod and Jeep. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that's not going to compete against a Corvette for a hot rod.
It's
Or
true.
whatever, what we're talking about. Remember, hot rod's a slippery slope, guys. We've had this conversation before. What makes a hot rod a hot rod?
Super
true.
slippery.
At some point, we can revisit that and argue it again. Not really argue it, but share our opinions, because the more we talk about it, my opinion changes. It changes a little bit every time, but
As it should. I mean,
that's just how I am.
there was a time when any car pre 1949 was the only cars you could actually call hot rods, and now we're at a point where any car made before 1972, when we started getting into the EPA regulations, now those are what's widely considered a hot rod. So you're 100% right. It is one of those things that changes as the years go by. So I don't think it's one of those things where it's a slippery slope for us.
So you start talking about that. Do you say that is John's wife's car not a hot rod?
See, this is where it gets really ugly, because I'm not a
slippery slope.
I'm not a new muscle guy. I don't believe that a manufactured hot rod is the same as a
Okay, sorry,
hot rod.
I have to interrupt you. Okay, you're not a muscle. Okay, you're not a new muscle guy.
Yes.
You're not really. We've established this. You're not really a drag racing guy either. You enjoy it. You like to go do the events, whatever, because it still has to do with cars. I'm not saying you're against it, but you're not. If you had your choice to go to SEMA or go to Road or Race Week, you're going to SEMA.
I'm going to SEMA.
Right, and I get that. And John and I we're Race Week, right? I would love to go to SEMA one day. Don't get me wrong, but anyway, do you feel like new cars belong at car shows?
So let's throw everything to the side here, and let's
there's not
allow
a yes or no answer.
Let's just allow me to be me here. My answer is no.
Okay.
I don't think any car that, and I think there's a fine line here, because I think if you've put the work into that car and you've changed that car to make that car yours, then yeah, by all means. But I don't think there should be a brand new, absolutely 100% stock Hellcat sitting there parked next to a 69 Camaro that's been blood, sweat, and tears into existence by this guy who's put so much work into this car personally. He either did it himself or had somebody do it for him. But I just don't think that should be parked next to a brand new Hellcat.
What do you think, John?
I think there's a place for everything. It's not a classic car show.
It's true.
It's just a car show. And I mean, we drove that not a hot rod to breakfast and literally got stopped on the way out of the parking lot. This guy sitting there going, man, this car's awesome. Can we look inside it? Yeah. We're sitting here hanging out.
Because it's an awesome car.
Yeah. It's really cool.
No doubt.
It wasn't, she didn't like build it with her hands per se. She picked out all the options. She checked a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes.
Bo, what's your stance on this?
I'm with John. I've got a weird stance on this. I'm with John. I think there's a place for everything. I do, but I feel like if you would have went to car shows 20 years ago, 20 years ago, how many brand new cars were at those car shows?
Not very many.
Wasn't, right? It was all right.
Absolutely, you're 100% right. Yes.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just making clear. Okay, we agree. 20 years ago,
let's
didn't see near the amount of brand new cars. I think.
So let's think about that though. What was there anything even remotely interesting happening in 04?
Terminator Cobra.
Okay.
SS Camaros.
Yeah.
No, not SS Camaros.
No, Camaro was
Camaro.
dead. Camaro was dead by
02.
04, I believe.
02.
Yeah.
Okay, either way, there was
we were kind of in a lull there, but I see your point.
What I'm saying is there is much more. There's a lot more cooler cars now than there was factory cars now than there was 20 years ago. 100%. But us growing up, we didn't see brand new cars roll up to a car show, and if there was, we didn't care. We didn't go look at them. We don't care about that. We wanted to see the hot rod that was built, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think car shows have kind of I'm going to get in trouble for this. Car shows have kind of gotten like sports where it's a participation trophy. Anybody that wants to be involved can show up.
Yep.
And here you go. Congratulations. You bought a car and drove it here. Here's your trophy.
You're proud of that thing.
I get it. You're proud of it. Absolutely. But with it being a car show, I feel like there has to be some kind of effort and modification. Not even modification, because there's a lot of people that build cars back to factory, just bone stock old cars. And that's awesome. But it's like you see guys roll up in a fully restored 2004 Mustang. No, I don't care about that. And I'm a Mustang guy. I don't care to see that. You know what I mean?
Like fully restored to stock condition?
Huh?
Like fully restored to a stock showroom condition?
Yes, I've seen this for
Man.
sure. Yeah, may add a couple stickers on there, put the 281 stickers on it or something. But I mean,
It's a brag?
I don't know. Yeah, it shouldn't be. No, but and we've said this before 100 times. That's just my opinion. And opinions like buttholes, man. Everybody's got one. Most of them stink. We said that too. So it's just my opinion on it. But it's whatever.
You can honestly take whatever you want to a car show, because I'm probably gonna miss it.
Right.
There was half a dozen of them yesterday and today, and I didn't go to a damn one.
No. I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind going to some car shows. I'm okay with car shows. I'm not like Fro with car shows, but I wouldn't mind going to them.
Yeah. Fro will go walk around at a car show by himself and just stare at everything and take a bunch of pictures.
My wife has a brand new Nissan SUV. We might enter it in the next show.
I would if I was you. Figure out how many cc's that motor is and put that sticker on the fender.
Yeah, real big.
Yeah.
Like splatter paint style.
Yeah.
But no, that you look at certain events, and we've talked about it entirely too much, but I'll talk about it again. There's certain events like Hot Rod Power Tour where you're actually out there driving, and you're driving next to those guys, and you're having a good time. You're enjoying the camaraderie. You're enjoying the parking lot. Is he fighting deer? He's going to go out there and fight a deer.
Hey,
God,
careful.
I wish I was there to see it.
They'll mess you up.
But that same thing that made me love the Power Tour, that made me want to go out and do that event, the thing that makes me want to go to events like 666 and be in the sick ward or something like that. The Power Tour is what really gave me the bad taste in my mouth for new muscle, because those Hellcat guys those new Challenger guys would swing up to the front and run blocker, so all of their 15 Hellcat friends could get in and park in the same spot, and it was just an irritating thing to watch.
I think, as irritating as that may be, I can't say nothing, because I have definitely blocked traffic for a dozen motorcycles to get in the same
100%.
numerous times, like in a unreasonable fashion, block traffic just so a whole herd of guys can get in a parking lot and park together. So I can't complain about the new muscle guy. If your shit box is overheating because you got to wait on the new muscle guys to all park together, you should have built a better car.
Okay, so we've had this conversation, but real quick, I don't want to know, and we don't need to discuss it, but take the money that whatever your wife's car cost.
Yeah.
If you had that money, would you buy that car, or would you take that money and build your hot rod, your own car? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But
not taking anything away from her car, because that's a nice car. It's a badass car.
And she said before, I don't have the ability or the desire to spend the time learning to go build a car myself. I bought one with launch control, and it has step-by-step instructions on the digital dash on how to do a burnout.
And air conditioning.
Hold this button, press your foot to the floor, release this button, launch control, AC. Yeah.
And she can outrun most any other car on the road. Most.
Till about a year ago, she could outrun mine.
Yeah.
My car runs faster than hers if I have the nitrous on. On the motor, I wouldn't beat her.
But she had just as much fun as you did at stuff
100%.
like the circuit. So there's a place, and I'm certainly not talking bad about anything like that. The biggest difference between you running blocker to get a bunch of bikers into a parking lot is you would be more apt to start a fight with the Hellcat guys than you would be some biker blocking traffic. Just saying.
I'll fight. I don't care. Pick your poison. Hellcat guy, biker. I don't care.
Yeah, no.
There might be something to be said about that new muscle car. Like, how many laps did you make at any given track at the circuit?
Me?
Yeah.
2 or 3. That's all I needed.
Yeah. Might have been all I needed, but also I wasn't going to do a bunch of unnecessary ones. She did like 20.
Yeah. At Ozark.
Yeah. She did like 20 at one track.
Not total week. Just
that
track.
I think I did like 12 or 15. I don't know. I think I got 12 time slips from,
she had 12 at Mocan. She came up
Rocky
and held
Mountain
them
Race
up.
Week from the whole week. She had like 12 at Mocan, no less than 20 at Ozark. And she just come back to the pits and sit in the air conditioning.
Makes you almost want to take the Challenger out on Rocky Mountain Race Week instead of that Nova, just until you get it right.
No.
No. That defeats the purpose of everything. Everything he's done.
Yeah. Why on earth would I do that?
Then you're both anti-new muscle.
I'm not anti-new muscle.
No.
I think it's awesome.
I have one of each, and yeah, if the Nova was down, backup plan. I got a really sweet plan B.
Well, like we just said, given the choice, we're taking the shit boxes.
Yeah.
If not, new muscle's a pretty solid backup.
Yeah.
And I can't have new muscle for a daily driver because I know me. And it would be
you'll mess
broke
with
down or tore apart in no time.
How many minutes would it take for you to order a Pro Charger if you had that car?
Ooh, not very many minutes.
Yeah.
Long enough to check the balance on my credit card and then go, yep, let's do it.
That's why I can't have one.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, we bought this. We got it home. We haven't even got the dealer tag off of it yet, but we've already installed a Whipple.
I didn't install a Whipple, but I bought it in 2004. I bought a brand new truck, brand new Chevy short wide, brand new. And before I bought tags for that truck with paper tags still in the window, Fro and I were cutting the frame on that deal, doing a C-notch. We had that baby squashed out.
And I'd do it again.
Yeah, no hesitation. Anyway. What else are we going to talk about?
Go ahead.
What else are we talking about?
Going off the notes, I believe
Marketplace.
We were going to do marketplace
etiquette.
Oh yeah. So two pretty solid topics in my mind right now.
Yeah.
One being parts stores couldn't suck much more if they tried right now.
Right.
Like if you're going for anything besides like hubcaps and air fresheners, wiper blades, a fuzzy steering wheel cover, you're probably shopping at the wrong place.
I don't know.
They put a turbo 400 in like any automobile that needed a heavy duty 3-speed automatic from like 68 to 92. And you can't go in and get a stinking filter. Come on.
That is kind of.
That's discouraging. Like,
there
like
are
a
a lot
turbo
of
350 and a turbo 400 are the most wildly common transmissions for the longest amount of no transmission is probably, I don't know, I'm guessing no transmission has outlived that. No automatic transmission.
It must be your area because my store has one in stock.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Good on them.
Yeah.
I'm ordering
now.
mine.
Hold on. Let's analyze what you
Allegedly,
just
it's in stock.
They got several.
said.
Oh,
How many years did the Turbo 350 run for?
shoot, if I know. There's a lot of them.
I gotta take a look at this because I want to know. Let's do Turbo 400 just to make it safe here. TH 400.
A long time.
And I'll agree with you on that, but I don't know that it has been out as long as. Okay, so in 1964, the Turbo 400 transmission was introduced,
Okay.
87 to 87.
and it went up to 87.
I mean, I don't know if that's right. I just quit.
No, it's like 90,
Yeah,
92.
because they got them in the big block dualies and stuff. Got turbo 400s.
Yep. They were smart enough not to put a 700 R4 in a 1-ton.
I'm very curious. It doesn't say when they stopped, but in 64 they started. So at 84, that would put it at 20 years. How long has the 4L60 been mass produced? Because I seem to remember 4L60 was a version of the 700R4.
I don't think they replaced the 400 with a 60 right away.
They replaced the 400 with an 80, and I want to say it was the early 90s. Yeah, you're not gonna replace a 400 with a 4L60. It's just a really good way to scatter parts.
Right. But if the 4L80's been around since the 90s, that's going to put it at what, 34 years, 30-ish years?
Well, that means you're assuming they still do the 4L80?
Of course.
Do they?
I don't know.
I don't even think you can get a
I
4-speed
didn't
automatic in a Silverado. I mean, mine's a 10-speed.
You got a point.
And mine's 4 years old.
I would venture to guess
4L60 went to like a 4L65 or something in the teens, didn't it?
I believe you're right.
I mean, I might be making this up as I go, but there's a chance.
This would have been a good topic to research before we hit record.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think we should do some research on this, but I would venture to guess that a 4L80 has put in as much time as a Turbo 400, and it is a more modern transmission.
You think?
I would venture to guess that yes, it has been around about the same amount of service time as a Turbo 400.
So what's your point?
But, well, with the Turbo 400 being as old as it is and the 4L80 being as contemporary as it is, it would make sense to keep the 4L80 filters, not necessarily the Turbo 400. Turbo 400 is generally used in performance applications or heavy-duty applications anymore.
Where I live here in Oklahoma, we got a lot of farm trucks with Turbo 400s. They better have that junk on hand for the farmers.
And I'll give you that.
Number two,
and that's probably why your store has it.
Yeah, probably why. Number two, when you're a
whatever
parts
store
house,
that is,
when you're a parts house, whatever house it may be, you better have parts, man. Even if it's one or two, you don't have to have 60 filters. Have one or two. When that one or two gets sold, order another one. Just have one available because you never know what person's going to walk through that door and what kind of weird stuff they're going to need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's an American vehicle that was made here forever. We should have the parts.
And it wasn't just like hey, all the Chevy trucks had a 400.
Yeah.
They were in freaking Jaguars and Cadillacs. And
absolutely.
They were all over the place. Anybody that needed a heavy-duty 3-speed automatic said, hey, let's go grab one of them deals and throw it in there. It'll fit. Just put a bigger hump.
Also, 4L80 will fit in the wagon without modifying the tunnel. Ask me how I know. I don't know. I trust people on the interwebs. It hasn't worked out for me in the past.
Still a good idea to go ahead and trust what they say.
It has not. So you were getting ready. You were going into your second topic, which would be
Facebook Marketplace etiquette.
Yeah.
Not just for buyers, but for sellers too.
Yeah.
You both have to be good.
Yeah. Don't suck at answering messages, seller.
So,
or buyer.
Most recently, John's decided to do a little purge of some stuff he's never going to use. So he's on that side. He's on the seller side. Right?
Yeah. Which I'm always on the buyer side. I've bought a lot of things from a lot of sketchy individuals. But on the seller side, I got stuff that it's just taking up space. I got to make another trip to Oklahoma to bring more stuff up here so I can quit paying for storage units, trying to make room on shelves, and I'm just throwing stuff away. I'm like, man, somebody could use this, but it's not worth my. Here, I'll just list this $800 radiator for $150. Don't get mad when I won't take 50.
Yeah. But this is the downside of marketplace. This is what these people are accustomed to. They believe they can call you and you haven't sold it in 3 days, so you are hot to get rid of that thing. So I'll give you 50. Get it out of your garage.
So listen, we talked about this, and I told John, here's what I do. Because I'm like John, I'm on Marketplace literally, no exaggeration, every single day. I scan it and see what's on there. If I would have saw John's deal, Griffin radiator, I would have read the dimensions. Okay, that'll probably work. Then if he doesn't list a part number, I'm going to send him a message and say, hey man, you got a part number for that deal? And when he sends me the part number, then I look it up and I do my own research. And then I see, oh crap, okay, $150 is a really smoking deal. So me being me, I'll shoot back, hey, you take 125 cash? Just to see if they'll budge, man. You got to. You have to. If he doesn't and says, man, 150 is where I'm at, I'm going to go, deal, because that's a good deal. I'm not going to go, thanks, good luck with the sale.
Good luck.
And then bounce. Because it's not, you're not selling a pile of junk. It's a nice piece.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I do.
Yeah. What
I
you
feel
really
like more people should do that.
Yeah. What you really want to do is list something and then not respond to anybody's questions for like a week straight.
Dude, you know how many people I've messaged in the last week and a half about a 4-bolt block? I'll message. There'll be a picture of 4-bolt block with no caps. So I'll send a message. Hey, do you have the main caps? Yes, I do. Cool. What's the best cash price you'll take for that deal? I don't offer them less. I just say, what's the best cash price? I'll come get it today. And then it's either nothing or I get, oh, well, I'm out of town. I'm firm on this price. Cool. When can I come get it? The guy's 30. This is really right now what's going on. The guy's 30 minutes away. I said, cool. When can I come get it? He says, oh, I'm in Dallas until Wednesday. I said, all right, cool. Just get a hold of me when you get back in town and I'll come pick the block up. He said, all right, sounds good. Friday morning, I get a message. Hey, I got back into town Wednesday. It's going to be next Thursday before you can come get it. Okay, well, now I don't want it anymore. Not because of that, but just because I found another block,
Yeah.
But when you're selling stuff, be communicative. It's not real hard to send a message.
It's not worth it enough at this point that I went ahead and pulled my items down. That, and I'm going to be out of town for like 4 days this week. I don't want to be getting messages about garbage on Marketplace. But, I'm gonna end up listing one of my motorcycles, make some room there, free up a little fun money. And when I'm gonna list it? Not right before I leave town for 4 days.
Good call.
Yeah. I don't know why people do that. Here, I'm gonna list this deal. And then as soon as Bo calls me, no, I'm in Dallas. It's gonna be 4 days.
Cool.
How hard is it to take down a Facebook Marketplace ad?
It's one click, brother. One click.
It's just one click. That's
yeah.
it.
It's gone.
So are people just too lazy to take that stuff down when they do sell it?
Yeah, I think you underestimate people's laziness. Yeah. Yeah, I've messaged a ton of people about stuff and be like, oh, yeah, I sold that. Like, oh, would you mind taking that listing down?
What's the worst is you can see that they read it.
Yeah.
And they didn't respond.
Yeah.
Like, just answer me. Just say yeah or no. Yes or no. Like,
yeah.
Sound like a whiner, but it's frustrating. Have etiquette. Have some manners.
Well, and it's a marketplace that was founded by people younger than us, and it's moderated by people younger than us, and
I don't care who it's moderated by.
Yeah.
They just may not have the same principles that you do.
Well, they got stuff for sale. If they want to sell it, they need to talk back.
Yeah.
If they don't want to sell it, if they're not sure,
Yeah.
they haven't decided if they really want to sell it, don't put it up for sale. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, and we've got more than one friend who's dealing with some marketplace stuff right now, and even he was like, "Man, this wears you out." Like I don't. There are a lot of things that I'm okay with doing. I'm not going to bicker with somebody about price on the internet. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. My favorite is I got this 4-wheeler for sale. Here's the price. And then you get, hey, I'll trade you this crappy 4-wheeler that's not running straight across for your running 4-wheeler. Oh, okay, that sounds good. Thanks for the offer. Trying to get rid of stuff.
And it's to the point now that I go through Marketplace every week trying to find, stuff to put on here at the end of the show. And I have seen some of the craziest crap. I mean, you guys even sent me a jet, like an Air Force jet.
Oh, yeah, I sent that to you.
For like what, $1.5 million, something like that?
1.3, it was a good deal.
Yeah. I still have that battleship saved. It hasn't sold.
Oh, man. How was it not sold?
I know, right?
I thought for sure it'd sell on the 4th or by the 4th.
Yeah.
Imagine being on Grand Lake on that deal on the 4th of July.
I'd be running the river, man. I'd be cruising that deal.
There's some crazy stuff out there, and if it wasn't for you guys and this show, I probably wouldn't go anywhere near Marketplace because it has devolved into what Craigslist was 20 years ago.
The jet, was it an F-14? Is that what it was?
Something like that.
It was a joke. It really wasn't. It really wasn't for sale. It was a pretty good ad, though. It's pretty funny.
Battleship wasn't fake. Battleship's still there.
Battleship's still there.
Battleship's real. The jet was fake.
What would you do with a battleship if you bought it? Do you take it to another body of water?
What wouldn't you do?
How do you truck that thing? How do you move it?
You cruise it wherever you want, man. Where can't you go with a battleship?
Man's got a point.
You can't go here, but I can.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on Fro to say, well, you can't drag and drive a battleship.
Not me. I don't. You're mistaking me for those other guys, man.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
You have a point.
Retired Grand Rapids battleship.
It's there.
164 feet long, 25 feet wide. All aluminum structure. $350,000. Serious buyers will set up a time. Like, why not?
I mean, if a guy could swing it. You know how many? Hey, John, you know how many F bodies you could buy for that money, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them.
A lot.
All of the mid 90s Camaros you want.
You could buy a square body dually for each one to pull.
Oh man,
It's
I
true.
want a square body dually so bad.
Yeah.
You've wanted one of those for a while, though.
Oh, I have. And the thing
All
is,
right.
I like the single cabs. I think the single cabs are my favorite. But I would need a 4-door. I'd have at least extended cab, but a 4-door is what I would need.
Is the 4-door what you would need?
Yeah, I got a
I
family.
find myself needing it less and less.
Well, I have a single cab right now. My truck is, I did that on purpose.
Yeah. No back seats, no accidents.
That's right. That's right.
I actually watched the Vice Grip episode today. Was it Vice Grip or was it the other show he's doing for Motor Trend where he did the square body single cab dually?
I don't know.
I
No
can't
clue.
remember.
Oh, do you guys want to talk about Tony Angelo's latest ripper?
Is it a ripper?
I'm
Did
going to
I
sit back and I'm
accidentally
going to
build
watch
a
you go
500
off.
horse? Huh?
I'm going to sit back and watch you go off is what I'm going to do.
No. Have you watched it, John? Have you watched that episode yet?
I don't think I've seen it yet.
The thumbnail is, did I accidentally build a 500 horsepower LS? Right? So they put together an LS motor. And it's got like, you sponsored by Summit. So I got like nice
Yeah.
Summit heads and cam, blah, blah, blah. And they take it to an engine dyno. Here's one thing, and I'm going to say this real quick. I said it before. I love Tony Angelo and his show. I watch every second of it, but some of it just kind of cringy, right? But I am a fan. I'm not a hater. So they put together this motor, and he says they only got $3,000 in it. Okay, and they may have. I don't know. But take to this engine dyno, and we all know Tony breaks everything, right? He drives everything like hell, just destroys everything. It's there's no denying that. When they've got it on the engine dyno and the guy's spinning it to 6,300 RPM, Tony Angelo's like, ooh, and he's looking at the guy like, shut it off. It's too high. It's 6,300 RPM. You know what I mean? And the guy's like, you're good to 7, man. You're fine. You know what I mean? So anyway, the motor ends up making like 488 horsepower on the engine dyno. So then the next scene is him in the bed of the truck squatting next to this motor. And he says, we built a 500 horsepower ripper. And I'm like, no.
488 horsepower ripper.
I
There's
love
a
the
difference.
Hey, Fro and I talked about this, and Fro pointed something out. He's got to be a hype man. It's his own show. They're excited about what we're doing. He's having fun. And I'm not saying that's a turd. That makes more than what my turd makes for sure. But I just, he reminds me of another host that gets really excited and hollers and hoops and acts silly and is awkward.
But he's a little more coordinated than that.
Yeah,
guy.
Dulcich for sure. Yeah, it's Dulcich.
Old horse teeth.
And I like him too.
I do too.
I wish I had a fraction of his knowledge. I would be so much better at this car game if I did. But
I'd love to hang with that guy.
yeah, me too. But it's cringy watching him root.
I think I'd be excited the
on.
whole time.
Huh?
I think I'd be excited the whole time.
I don't know if I'd be like that.
How can you? Well, I mean, if you're around excited people, you get excited.
I just feel like it's forced. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, and
I don't know. After the 4th bro shake, I'd be like, all right, dude, back up.
let's bro shake on it. Nah, I'm good.
Stop bro shaking me, bro.
Hot tour.
Octool. God bless.
You've heard it here first,
Oh.
folks.
All right.
All right. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. The
I
only
know.
thing
I know it sounds
Go
like
ahead.
I'm picking on Tony Angelo, and I'm not. I can't say it enough. I watch every bit of it. I like him. I like the stuff he does. It's interesting to me. I don't know. I guess when you're sponsored, you have to act excited about the parts that they let you use. I
that
understand.
would make sense.
Yeah, I get it. Like I said, it makes more power in my turd. I'm not, it's just, I don't know.
But let's do a comparison on that. Let's talk about that. So you got Tony Angelo hyping himself up, right? And then you've got Cletus McFarland, who uses a lot of the same terminology, who is his own hype man. What's the difference between the two of them that makes Cletus
About 500
more-
horsepower?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
About 500 horsepower.
That's what I'm saying. This comes right back to I think. Go ahead.
When Cletus says this thing's a ripper, it's going to be 4 digits. We just made how many times have you heard him say we just made 1,000 horsepower?
That's like their staple number on their all their cars. Like
If we don't make 1,000, it's not going to get it. We're going to make the cut.
No, they might tune it for 1,000 on the dyno and they'll back it off to drive it, but still
Yeah,
making 1,000.
That'd be smart.
And those are rippers.
Yeah.
See, and that's another ongoing argument where is 500 horsepower the new 300 horsepower.
Yeah, because 1,000 horsepower is nothing anymore.
I mean,
but with that being said, 500 horsepower to Fro, no offense, but it's the truth.
No, you're
500
good.
horsepower to Fro, that's a ripper to him.
It's true.
100%.
Yeah.
500 horsepower to us isn't really a ripper. And then when Fro and I talked about this the other day, he's like, well, Tony Angelo is really a drift guy. I'm like, yeah, I know he's a drift guy. If he didn't care about how fast the cars are, why does he take every car to the drag strip? You know?
It's true. It's true.
So
and that's
dyno so much.
Dynos and dynos.
If you don't care how fast it is, don't go to the dyno.
Yeah.
Just make it sound cool. Get the choppy cam.
Yep. But they take everything to the track. You know what I mean?
That's me. Get the choppy cam. I don't care how fast it is. I don't care how fast how good my ET is. Give me the cam that sounds cool. The hot for teacher cam. Call it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Felt like he was going somewhere with that.
I wanted to ask where you guys were at on that burnout thing I sent you this morning.
I haven't even watched it.
Really?
No.
I
I've
don't
been
know.
busy.
I was gonna say I've been kind of busy today. I don't think I actually saw the message.
Yeah,
I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah. Do that.
That's Weston Champlin. He's out. Isn't he in like southern Kansas or something like that? Can't get away with that in southern
They're
Kansas.
like Australian guys and a bunch of look like Kansas breed of rednecks doing like Australian style burnout stuff. And I just wondered if you were going to think that was as useless as all them cars on Pro Street Alley with the mega huge blowers and fairground cruisers.
No.
All they're doing with them is a big old burnout.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. I like that. Like I said, my opinions aren't always the greatest.
Yeah.
But
no,
I
I just wondered where you were at on it.
No, I like watching the burnout competitions. Not
Really?
Yeah, the Australian style skid pad burnout stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They're a lot of cars that, man, if that motor, just put it in something and go A to B.
No, I would never build one of those.
Right.
I don't want one, but I like watching them.
Yeah.
I love watching Bo turn his lights back on.
Come on.
Come on.
Your emotion. Come on. It looks really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of glare
You gotta
now.
get that.
Why aren't you turning on? It's broke.
Man.
Get up,
I
go
got
turn the
nothing.
light on. We'll get
Let's
into
try this.
Facebook Marketplace.
Hey, go ahead.
If the magnet can stick to the framing square,
Let's see. It's gonna
don't
get
hit
my
the car.
Yeah,
Don't hit
yeah,
the car.
that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Horrible. Hey.
Hey, you made
Alright.
it.
Okay.
Mm,
In honor of
America. Yeah.
4th of July. Heck yeah. That's going to be the next one. I'm just going to use that.
So you can, and yeah. I can't say any of the other words.
Any of them. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. This one was sent to me by John. I'm going to let him.
Oh, yeah, I did send this 74 F-150 regular cab short bed on an 88 Crown Vic chassis. 1974 F-100 custom short bed, 88 Crown Vic chassis, 5.0 fuel injected, E40D automatic overdrive. Watch video for full description. But it's a banger of a video. I didn't watch it.
It's not horrible, but I don't include the videos. I just do the pictures.
I wanted Bo's take on how you would do this many different kinds of paint features. I see like a scallop of sorts around the checkered flag, a couple of stars, got some stripes, up into some flames. I feel like there's something else on the
They're
tailgate.
kind of looking tribal-y flames too.
They are kind of looking tribal.
They are tribal flames, yeah. I feel like there was something else on the tailgate, but I don't remember what.
Well,
I remember thinking, man,
hey, this is what you call an eclectic paint job or 10 pounds of poo in a 2-pound bag.
I felt like somebody wanted to practice all their different tricks.
So
and
individually,
this is the canvas.
Individually, they're all decent graphics.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about the starburst, the stars, starburst thing. That's kind of my least favorite on the truck.
Yeah.
But the scallops on their own, I think, are awesome. I put scallops on my motorcycle. The stripe on itself, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, tribal flames used to be really cool, in my opinion, and I'm sure there's a place for them for whoever today. But I mean, they're not. I don't hate them. And the checkerboard, you can't go wrong with checkerboard stuff if it's used right. But altogether, it kind of looks just like that.
More stars.
It's too much, in my opinion.
What's on the tailgate? A mural?
I don't know. I didn't include a picture of the tailgate. I don't remember seeing what the tailgate was.
If it was like a mermaid mural.
Like a mermaid on the bed of that truck on the tailgate.
Yeah.
Like hanging on to the chrome bar on the bed.
My biggest problem is uneven stars. I do not like uneven stars. And I'm looking at those and I'm like, man, those are way out of balance and it drives me nuts. That being said, this falls into that category again where it's a lot of work, but why?
Maybe someone was practicing.
I didn't know you could flip a 5.0 intake like that.
Huh?
Is that flipped?
Yeah, the intake's coming out over by the master cylinder.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the picture reversed. It's the intake itself is flipped.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never wanted to do it, so I never looked into it.
Exactly. It just leads right into the master cylinder. Why do it?
It works for this guy.
I just didn't know it was possible.
If it fits, it ships. Look at that interior. Wow.
There's a lot going on with this truck. And
Yeah. Somebody worked really hard on this thing.
there's a lot of really good work on here. You're right.
I can
There's a
feel
lot of
my
work.
legs sticking to that seat right now.
Yeah.
That was me getting out.
I know you guys hate this. I gotta back this picture up. There is no AC compressor. So yes, I can see my legs sticking directly to that seat. You can't wear shorts in that thing.
Not your hoochie mama shorts anyway.
Not mine. No.
No jungle Joe, no jungle fro in that truck.
No. It does have wing windows, so that's gonna help. But no, I
Bonus.
can't get my legs up off the seat like that. I like the truck.
I like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great.
Ooh.
Oh, Daddy picked a good one.
My kryptonite. 70 Monte Carlo, $15,000. 1970 Monte Carlo coupe driven 1,010 miles.
Lie.
1970 Monte Carlo Pro Street, 15,000 rolling, or could be bought turnkey.
You don't need that.
What's a Pro Street Monte Carlo look like? Maybe I do.
You know what it looks like.
So
Well,
I'm
it's
going to
like
put
in
this
your
out
head.
here. Normally, when I put together the marketplace post, I usually try to find like the 4 best pictures that are in this post. This one only had 2 pictures, but I feel like it's the 2 pictures that it needed. Picture
Nice.
number 1.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
Good picture. Gives you a good idea. Not near enough of the car in the picture, but just saying, it gives you a good idea. Picture number 2.
Toretto, stop right there.
I bet if the guy selling the Mustang, I bet if the guy in the Mustang was ever going to sell that deal, he wouldn't use this picture. You're like, man, I got this wicked launch. Can somebody Photoshop the badass Monte Carlo out of the background?
That's a pretty cool picture.
It's a
Yeah.
very cool picture.
Hey, the Mustang is leaving hard too. That's no joke.
Mustang's leaving hard too.
Yeah.
That deal's got a shoot on it. It's fast.
Mustang's not on the bumper.
You gotta
Yeah.
be more careful with those Mustangs. You got a plastic bumper.
Be a hard choice between on the bumper or fast.
All right. So John's probably Doherty's probably buying that one.
I'm all about it.
I'll
72
do
Ford
this.
Pinto.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Oh, yeah. 72 Ford Pinto truck, driven 12,000 miles. LS 53 tubbed.
I'm guessing MSD.
Okay.
Go with that. Yep.
Go with that.
Go with that.
All right.
It's sponsored by MSD.
Apparently so.
Wow. That is tubbed.
It's definitely tubbed.
Why do I like this thing?
I don't know. I liked it too. That's why I put it up here.
Man,
Oh,
why
wow.
not bad?
You
The bad
like
thing
that
is,
hood.
it only gets better.
I don't hate the graphics. I don't like the chicken pox on the back, but I mean,
What about the hood? You like the hood?
for this car, I'm okay with it.
Really?
No, I would take it off immediately. Immediately. It's gone. It's gone. But I just take it off there and say, here, keep it.
I don't think the stripes. Oh, wait. Hold on. Will you go to that last picture for a second?
Go to the last picture again.
Different paint on the hood.
Yeah, the black on the hood goes all the way down in this picture. You go to that next picture. Proceed. No black paint. I was wondering why the tailgate paint don't match the hood paint, because the tailgate obviously don't have the black on the outside of the blue stripes.
No.
But now the front don't either. So which? Oh my God! It's got suicide doors.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I told you, it just gets better, and I don't know how. Horrible picture of the motor.
Carbureted LS.
Carbureted LS.
MSD controlling the coil packs, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
The MSD 6014.
Is it?
Probably.
I like the velour on them seats.
What are those seats out of, Fro? Quick.
Man,
Grand Am.
No, they're not Grand Am. They're too wide to be Grand Am. It would have to be something more along the lines of Crown Vic. It's something big, is what they had to have come out of.
Like a
Is that a GM seatbelt buckle?
That's what it looks like.
It does look like one.
That's why.
Probably like a Pontiac Bonneville or something.
Caprice, Bonneville. They look comfortable.
But I looked at it, and then I'm gonna go back again. I looked at it, I caught this picture, and I went, this car is not horrible. I'd be okay with having this car.
There's a couple changes I would make, but yeah, I'm actually okay with it.
I have always wanted something with suicide doors.
Well, plus it's a tiny vehicle, so you clearly want it immediately.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Hey, there's something I don't fit in. I better try to buy it.
He fit in there. We both fit in there and be uncomfortable for a week.
And just like 500 is the new 350, 290 is the new 220.
There we go.
I hate you so much. All right, so I got one more thing I threw on the end of this. This is John's gonna like this. I did this for me. I have a different plan, but I like where it's going.
It's pretty cool.
Look at that. That's fancy.
I have wanted to do this with a truck bed, but I want it to be a workbench in my garage. So that when you're done, you can just put the tailgate up and it's out of the way and you're all good. So I want to cut the end of a truck bed off. I don't think I would want to do like a 72 Chevy pickup. I feel like that's a waste.
Depends on what the rest of the truck looks like.
There you got a point. You got a point. But no, I don't necessarily want the bar so much as I would have like a pegboard hanging up in there with all my wrenches and stuff like that.
So are we guessing price on this? Is that where we're at?
No, I don't even know the price on this.
$1, Bob.
$1,200.
I
No, it'd
do
be more than
vaguely
that.
recall a price, but I don't think it was $1,200.
No, it'd be more.
No, it was less.
What?
Yeah.
That's a deal then.
I want to say it was in the mid 200s.
I'd pay.
Oh wow, I'd give $200 for that.
I'd buy that for $200.
Yeah,
I have to look it up and find it.
It would. I think I still have my 63 bed. That'd make a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave yourself just enough room for a pegboard with some wrenches. Put you some legs coming down off of it. Use it as a workbench and then close it up at the end of the day and sweep around it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cute idea, but I like to leave stuff out on the bench all night.
I've seen your bench. I believe you.
I'm busy a lot. I work a bunch.
The good thing about that one is you'd be able to reach the wall at the back of the bench. I know you
True.
can't reach the wall behind your bench.
No, I got to stand on stuff.
He's got a stick that he reaches over and picks stuff up with.
I do.
A little grabby hand.
I do.
Yeah.
Don't know where it's at, but I do have one. I'm 5'8", guys. I'm not that short. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty short.
You're
Whatever.
pretty short.
Whatever. I'll just have one of my sons come over and grab stuff for me. They're both taller than me.
All right, who's got a closing bad idea for this show? Because last time it was the mom's drag racing. You got anything else to throw out there?
Nope.
Nope.
Got nothing.
Good. Jimmy says we end these things at the precisely perfect time. So this one's for you, Jimmy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.
See ya.
Everybody love everybody.